Thank you so much. That was just very moving. Did you love the dancers, our girls out here? Did they do a great job? You know, there's just been a whole lot of effort by a whole lot of people to get us to this place. And I want to even tell you, those of you who've gone to retreat with me for the last 10 years, where Colleen Rose is sick tonight, but she has been my roommate for 10 years. She protects me from a lot of your pranks. And where's Annabelle Gomez? Okay, so some of them. A few get by, but some of them, she takes good care of me. And I want to thank you for making this bridge to a conference. There's things I know a lot of you like. A lot of you like getting out of town. A lot of you like staying up all night. You can still do that, just not here. And, you know, there was a bit of change, but look at the beautiful exchange God has given us in this house. And I just, I think about even that song she just sang, it's going to be worth it all. Whoo, 8 years. Yes, amen. It is worth it all. Well, as we came together and we planned this conference, I want to just speak to you a minute about favor. I want to talk to you about the favor on this house in who we have with us here tonight. First of all, you need to know that Rita Springer and Priscilla Shire, I have not had any prior relationship to at all, none whatsoever. And Rita has come through us through the relationship she's had with Joy. And it's just an amazing connection and journey and bonding that they've experienced. And when I talked to Joy about, you know, our desire to make this shift and to do the conference and that I really needed God to show up in a big way, she said, I've got the person for you. And within one phone call, boom, the window of time was just right. It was short notice, and yet God put this piece together. And so we had this piece really awesome. And then I said, okay, now, Lord, I need this other piece. And I said to my husband, you know, we just committed to do this 1 in a Million Bible study, and I knew that Pastor Jenkins was friends with Priscilla Shire and her husband Jerry. And even if you go onto their website, her website is goingbeyond.com, she even has a clip of Pastor Jenkins on there when she's talking about needing a mentor in her life, and she interviews him in this video. And so I said to my husband, wow, wouldn't it just be amazing if God would bring us Priscilla? And he said, call Pastor Jenkins, he'll make that happen for you. And I said, there's no way he'll make that happen. So he challenged me to just step out and do it, and I made the call. And this is what Pastor Jenkins said to me. Cheryl Jameson, it is done. It is done. If she is available, she will be there. And sure enough, she is on her way to London next week to go back and do the other color conference. It is just really unheard of that these two ladies would line up and come here to minister to us. So on top of all that, I asked my husband to come. And you got to know that he's a pretty secure man to stand in front of this group of women. And, you know, I really think it's important that you hear from a male voice in this kind of a context about how to be a woman of God and how to hear God's voice to you. And so I'm just asking you, would you just stand and really make him feel warm and welcome, my husband, Steve Jameson.
Oh, thank you, ladies. It's so great to be here and just to see all of you. This has been a great beginning. I believe this is going to be a seed of some amazing things that God is going to do. And I want to thank everybody who's been a part of the leadership team to help get this going, because you have you put your hand to the plow and you have really helped plant something very powerful. And I know that that this is an important moment and God's going to do some amazing things. And I want to thank Cheryl for being willing to really lead the way. And I know that maybe you don't know this, but I know this personally, that she has carried this in her heart. And it's just like anything else. Just like Rebecca, ready to give birth to a baby. She's been carrying this child inside, and she's ready for the launch, I can tell. And but, you know, it takes everything within you to birth something new. And Cheryl has put her faith, her prayers, and there's been a lot of nights lately where she's sitting up in her bed with a computer in her lap, and it's 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, you know, we really should be doing something besides this computer right here, you know. And but she has really, so let's give a little support today for Cheryl and carrying the vision. And late at night, early morning, in between, she has really carried this with her in her heart. And so I thank you for that. And I also want to thank you for getting ready to challenge our men, because our men have had great men's retreats as well. And it is a challenge to step from a retreat setting into a conference setting. And it may be that we will still, be able to put things on the calendar to do overnight trips and different things. We're not trying to take fun away from anybody, but what we are trying to do is reach as many people as possible with the life-giving message of Jesus. And so I want to call you to that tonight. And I've got 20 minutes. When does the clock start? Right now? It's 8 o'clock. Ladies, can we just synchronize our watches, It's like when I get down to like 5 minutes, why don't you just, give me the 5-minute sign, and I'll just ignore that and keep going. But anyhow, at least we'll be synchronizing, be going along. I had to buy a shirt the other day, and I thought I'd buy one for this conference, because expressions. And you see, I went online and I looked up, I Googled expressions. And I was kind of stunned with the first things that came up. The first thing that came up was flowers. All the florists want to be there. When you talk about expressions, they want to burst at you with 10,000 different color sprays and price ranges and everything else for flowers. You can send them all over the world. And the next thing on the list was jewelry. So all of a sudden, there's, expressions, there's flowers, and there's jewelry. And I'm just like, okay, keep scrolling. And so I'm going down, and the next thing is, the beautiful areas of blown glass and artistic, areas of color and flash and all of these different things. And then it even came down to threads. And they showed, all these dresses and the beautiful colors of the dresses and the different designs of the dresses. And I just kept going down. You can do it later. Just scroll expressions, and you're going to, Google it, and you're going to just find all of these different things. Expressions, what it really comes down to is communication. It comes down to expressing something. Now, I could have wore just a black shirt tonight. I got black shirts, nothing on them but black. But when you want to talk about expression, you want something with a little more flair, isn't that right? You see, expressions is talking about communicating at a level that's a little bit above the normal. When you want to communicate something, one time I remember I was buying flowers for the secretaries of our church. So I went down, I was actually at Costco buying roses for all the secretaries and ladies who work in our office. So I had all these roses